Welcome back to Tokyo, Japan for the 2019 World Open Sub-Junior, Junior and Masters Classic and Equip Bench Press Championship. And we're just about to get underway with the 63 kilo women. Of course, none of this is possible without the fantastic support from our sponsors, Alico, who just continually raise the bar and support this sport endlessly. Uplift, one of the greatest online coaching platforms in the world, bringing quality coaches and athletes together around the world. And SBD, some of the absolute best gear you can get your hands on if you are a power lifter. There is nothing better than SBD. And we are about 15 seconds away from getting underway with Maria Frank from Canada. And in the commentary box with me this afternoon for the 63 kilo women, none other than Chrissy, Tasmanian Devil, Jamley.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you. It's an honour to join you on this commentary of the Open 63 kilo women.
And this is going to be a fantastic session. Maria Frank from Canada, 82.5. Some great lifters in this session.
And some beautiful pictures, Gary. We've got this great overhead shot. I wonder, you know, how much more that has brought to our enjoyment of the bench press.
And all of those fantastic pictures brought to you by Viva Media, who are working tirelessly day in, day out, morning and night. First to arrive, last to leave. 82.5 kilograms for Maria Frank from Canada. And you can see that was a great lift, and you could see as she got that start command there, she pops that chest up, tightens everything up. Absolutely fantastic.
Now, Gary, we've already had Masters, Sub-Juniors, Juniors, now the Opens. What's next after the Opens?
Then we move into our equipped lifting.
Wow.
So it doesn't end with this, it just gets better and better.
Okay, so some of these lifters lift again?
Absolutely. We'll see quite a number of the lifters that we've seen lift already this week on the platform again in the equipped. Abigail Hall from Canada, 85 kilograms.
Nice to see a couple of Canadians in this flight.
Great lift. And we had to make sure that Chrissy joined us for this one. Good lift. Because we have a special treat because Kimmy Stevenson from Australia will be lifting in this flight as well.
Oh, I couldn't miss Kim. So wonderful to see an Aussie here at Worlds in Tokyo, Japan.
And it's great to see Australia sending teams to more and more international events. Ksenia Tokarova from the Ukraine now, 87.5 kilograms. And we've got Jen Thompson lifting today as well in this session. I don't think she's going to have it all her own way today because Anna from Russia is going to bring the fight to her. Oh,
wow.
Great lift from Ksenia.
Gary, I was talking to Jennifer Thompson a day or so ago, and she's going to compete in the equipped format.
Wow.
Raw.
This is going to be fantastic. Aya Yamashita from Japan now, 90 kilograms. So we'll have two flights today. So we'll have the 63 kilo women, then we'll move in straight into the next flight.
Okay.
Just too many for one group.
Okay.
Oh, fantastic opening lift. And it's on the board as well.
Gosh, we're whizzing through this fast. This classic bench pressing's quick, isn't it?
Spotters and loaders are moving quickly. Sunniva Nodsok from Norway, 95 kilograms.
So basically the lifters who are going to lift equipped will probably, by the time they get round to having their program for the equipped, they will have had a few days off, I guess.
Yeah, so it'll roll back around again. They'll get a few days
about
rest
3
between
days
programs.
maybe, or...
And look, the great thing about bench only is, yeah, I mean, you certainly use a lot of energy, but it's not like a 3-lift event where you're spent for a week after that.
So as a coach, and I know you're an uplift coach, it's quite conceivable that you can have your athlete prepared to do a classic Worlds followed straight away by the equipped worlds.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, it's a different change in program and how we train, but the way we're coming forward, the science behind programming and coaching now, athletes are able to prepare for both now.
Rosenborg, Norway.
Nails that 97.5 beautifully.
There's just no messing around in this classic benching, is there? I mean, when you watch equipped benching, which I absolutely love, it's my favourite thing of all time, there's a lot of adjusting the shirt and getting everything just right.
I mean, classic bench is technical, but equipped bench is really, really technical.
Yes.
You can see a lifter, completely miss a lift and not even move it, go back at the back, shift the shirt around a bit, make a few adjustments to the chest plate in it, put more weight on, and absolutely smoke it.
Just quite a different experience. It's a different event.
Anastasia Zhubina from Kazakhstan with 100 kilos on the bar.
Wow, look at that
good opening lift.
That posture there. Talk us through why the athletes would have such a wide leg position.
Well, it's quite interesting. We often see a wide foot position in equipped bench. So if an athlete is doing equipped and classic, they might be trying to adapt their bench setup for both. So it's not trying to interfere with the pathways and the tradition of setting up too much.
Love these shots when the other countries look around the screen. Wow.
And Jessica from Poland nailed 100 kilos, 3 white lights.
It wasn't super easy, but it's a competitive starting point for the Polish lifter.
And that's Takari from Finland now, 105. There's some big numbers coming up. And again, the stadium is filling up.
Gosh, it is.
There's some great
We've
lifters.
had great crowds all week already.
Even from day one.
Absolutely.
The stadium was full.
Yeah, and there was standing room only at the back because every wall was lined with people standing.
And 105 is smooth to the top. 3 white lights.
Gary, in this sort of format where you're just doing 3 lifts, is there much an athlete can do once the lifting started in terms of refueling or getting more calories?
There's not a whole lot of time to do it. But, a good coach will be well prepared for that and make sure they've got all the right foods and make sure they're eating properly after weigh-in. Now, Kim Stevenson, Australia, 107.5.
Gosh, it's great to see her here at the World Platform. I met her and her husband, Billy, and just wonderful people. She loves her lifting. This is fun for her.
Yeah, this is a holiday. Gets the start. Oh, a bit of a wobble, but she recovered really well.
I think it's very light for her.
Good lift.
Good lift.
Good lift. Well done. Put herself in a very, very good position there.
Kim's going to be very competitive here for a medal.
Anna Verzhevaya from Russia, 125.
Yeah, just a bit of a jump up here in the strength of these last 2 women. Jen Thompson and Verzhevaya from Russia, both opening on 125. Of course, we know what Jen's capable of.
We certainly do. We've seen her lift plenty of times.
So these are easy openers for those 2.
But watch out, because Anna is not going to let her have it all her own way today. And that
Again,
125 was a very, very quick lift.
Incredibly wide leg stance.
Yeah, she's another lifter that lifts equipped as well. She's
It
got
must be
a
quite
167
stabilising.
and a half equipped lift on her. She's got a monster equipped lift.
What did you say?
167 and a half equipped.
Whoa. Here's Jen.
Jen, plenty of experience. We know what she can do. A lot of people will be cheering for her.
I love how Jen, works with the spotters and makes them part of her lifting. It's something quite characteristic.
Always acknowledging them.
She goes, puts her ring finger on the ring.
short work
Wow.
of 125.
Good lift.
And of course, Jen was the second place getter of Athlete of the Year with the
Correct, yeah.
IWGA.
And it was very, very close as well.
That
She was
voting went
leading the
down
race for quite a
to
while.
the last vote.
So that is round 1 out of the
Bars
way.
loaded.
So Maria Frank now for 90 kilos for her second lift. So Anna has put in 130 for her second. Let's see what Jen Thompson does.
Of course, the IPF is in the World Games, has been right from the start. And we go to the World Games every 4 years with the absolute elite of the IPF lifters, about 88 lifters.
It's a fantastic event.
It's a fantastic event. It's multi-sport. It's obviously in another city every year, every time, every edition, every 4 years. Let's just have a look at Maria.
A little bit tougher there, but she handles it very,
There was
very
a
well.
good lift.
Good lift.
Beautiful lift.
So that is right on her personal best, that one.
Next, Hall, Abigail.
Abigail
90 kilograms,
Hall,
bars loaded.
Canada. 90 kilograms.
Abigail, 25 years of age.
Yeah, I haven't got a whole lot of history on it. She competed in 2017 at the World Championships in Minsk and lifted an 85 there in a 3-lift event.
She's a physio.
And she's certainly come a long way from there because that 90
Good
looked like
lift.
quite an easy second lift.
Next,
It makes me happy to see physios as powerlifters because some physios don't actually like you powerlifting and they can see all the issues.
Well, yeah,
Against
they have
it.
a great understanding of biomechanics.
Yeah.
Ksenia Pakrova from the Ukraine, 92.5 kilograms.
Ksenia's a dentist. I reckon she could pull that stubborn tooth out if you needed it to. It can be quite hard to get teeth out.
She'll certainly have the upper body strength.
Oh, look at this.
She's just a little bit wobbly in the setup. She took a little while to get her feet in position, but it hasn't bothered her. And she handles that.
Enormous pressure on the wrists there, Gary, just seeing how
Absolutely.
wide her hands are.
Yeah, she just had a little bit of a problem getting her feet in position, but it certainly didn't bother her.
She actually looked a little uncomfortable on her first lift too.
She's
Perhaps
just
not
taking
quite
a while to
dialed
get
in.
into a
Yeah.
groove.
It's only 3 lifts.
bars loaded.
And that's one of the toughest things about a bench only. You don't have time to find your groove.
Yes, you got to come out firing.
Sunniva from Norway, 100 kilograms. Jen Thompson has put in a massive 140 for a second. I have a sneaking
She does-
suspicion she's decided she wants to break the world
Break the
record again
record.
today.
Oh.
Oh, just a little bit too
No
much.
lift.
Good catch from the spotters there.
Next,
Let's have a look at this.
Yamashita, Aya, Japan, 100 kilograms, bars loaded.
Yamashita from Japan wants 100 kilograms as well. And Kim Stevenson has put in 112 and a half, and she is just trying to keep herself out in front of the rest of the pack enough to get in for a bronze medal.
Yes. And I mean, sharing the podium with Jen Thompson particularly, but
Look,
also
being able to share the podium with Anna and Jen is
it's
quite.
just would
it
be
is quite an honour.
amazing.
Oh,
did she
she's
beat
got to
the-
work hard for 100
beat the
kilos, but she gets it there.
Good lift. Next, Rosenberg, Elise,
Elise
Norway,
Rosenberg
102.5
from Norway,
kilograms.
102.5.
Bars
They are
loaded.
moving through this round so quickly.
Super fast. Yeah, so as I was saying, because it moves so fast, you really don't have much time to get any additional energy into the system
No, it's
once the
really
lifting started.
all got to be taken care of during
Before-
during the warm up.
Right.
Get your weigh in done. Make sure your nutrition is on point. Get the carbohydrates, fluids. Oh, tough lift, but she gets it back to the top.
Gary, do you need any protein, or are you just taking
Good
the
lift.
fluids and carbs after
Look,
weighing?
yeah, protein's certainly good, but you know, in an event like this, you're really after that,
Just that hit of
energy that's going to
energy.
give you
Okay.
the power.
Yep.
So your carbohydrates, You know, you see a lot of young athletes walking around with lots of sugars and things
Yeah.
like that. The problem with those, you can tend to crash quite quickly.
Right.
You know, so a good coach is going to manage the nutrition after warm-up, get the right carbohydrates,
Okay.
and not have to rely on sugars
Just
and
sugar to keep you going.
caffeine drinks and
Oh, yeah.
all the rest.
Especially if they're going to be lifting in another couple of days. You don't want to...
Yeah, I mean,
have
if
spikes
you're
and-
really spiking on sugars and caffeines,
It doesn't
the,
feel
the,
good,
the
does it,
crash
Gary?
the crash can be as bad as jet lag.
Right. Okay.
Bar is loaded.
Agnieszka from Poland, 105. So trying for a 105 to try and keep herself in touch with those top 5 or 6 lifters. And gets that one to the top. That should be a good lift.
Good-looking lift.
Good lift.
And it is.
Quite a few women around that
Davida Anastasia,
100 plus,
Kazakhstan,
under 110 sort of
107.5 kilos.
mark.
Bar is loaded.
And now Anastasia Shabina from Kazakhstan looking for 107.5.
Wow, what a shot.
She has got great flexibility. Just using everything she can. Gets her feet into position. That wide stance, stabilizing the body. You know, when you're able to arch that much, good lift. When you're able to arch that much, you haven't got a lot of points of contact on the bench anymore.
Next.
You know,
So
Gary,
that wider stance is going to help that.
this might sound like a funny thing to say, but when the lift is over, extracting oneself from under the bar is actually a technique in itself.
That's harder work than the lift.
I would say most people would struggle to get out of that position,
There's been a few times I've stayed on the bench for a while.
waiting for someone to give you a hand.
Please, someone come and help.
Yeah.
Annette Tankari from Finland, 110 kilograms. So the current world record is 144. Junior record is 133, and the Masters record is 144 as well.
Oh, Annette working hard.
And she manages that very, very well.
Good lift. Next.
I see
Stevenson,
Kim ready to come out.
Australia, 112.5
Kim
kilograms.
Stevenson,
Bars loaded.
112.5. This is a very important lift, this one.
I'm sure all her friends and family are watching this, and her lifting colleagues at the Australian Powerlifting Union in Australia watching Kim with great interest, representing for us here. She's a wonderful bench presser, obviously, but look, to be up there in medal contention in this field.
This week has been such a tough competition.
Yes.
To be getting into the medal contention is just an absolute fantastic thing in any of these sessions today.
Oh,
She just couldn't get the drive. You
No
can actually
lift.
see with that setup there, she was just a little bit wobbly.
There's Samaya
She'll stabilise and she'll fix that for her
130
third lift and stay up there.
I just thought her torso wasn't as braced as she might have
Yeah, she
liked.
just didn't have that tightness that she had in the previous one.
Bar is loaded.
Now Anna from Russia, 130 kilograms. It's a monster best lift for her. The 120 absolutely flew up.
She's Russia's answer to the United States' Jen
She
Thompson.
is going to make sure Jen has to work for it. She's the chief referee there, making sure hands are in the right position.
It's all about maintaining the standards. Fairness for all. There we go.
Oh, she had to work a little bit there. She found that bar path again,
Good lift.
and you could see the bar speed up there. It was slow, then she found the line that flew up.
America,
Jen Thompson
140
now for
kilograms.
140 kilograms.
One of the amazing things about Jen is these
Bar is loaded.
enormous lifts she can, jumps she can do in weight.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
she's
this
trained
is a
herself.
huge jump, 125
and
to 140.
You just don't see hardly any women able to take these sort of jumps.
And I mean, even in the men's, in
Oh,
the
exactly.
raw, that sort of jump is quite big. That's an equipped jump.
Yes, and even then it's a big equipped jump.
And even then it's a big
Yeah.
jump. So 125 to 140.
But I can tell you that Jen's been training all her life in the upper body. She was, as a youngster, she was an athlete and used her upper body a lot, and it developed young. The strength. Go Jen, go Jen,
Oh,
go
she's
Jen,
having
get
to
it
work
back,
for
get it
this
back,
one.
get it back. Oh,
Just
I
misgrooved
think
that.
she misgrooved it. Yep.
And she's going to be a little bit disappointed because 140 is a number,
Is
honestly, she can hit any day of the week. And we've
She's-
seen her hit 140s for years now.
She's lifted it so many times all over the world. I think the touch
She's
wasn't
just
quite the spot.
misgrooved. And that opens the door a little bit for Anna from Russia to maybe challenge. Abigail Hall now from Canada for a third attempt, 92.5.
So Jen's dreams of maybe going for a world record here just
Yep, and
dissolved.
she's played the smart card. She's put in 140
yes,
again.
good. She knew exactly what she needed to do.
Oh, she's having to work, and she
good
gets it
work.
there, though.
That's wonderful to see.
Good lift.
Excellent lifting.
Next.
Now, I looked up some data, and I made a bit of an error.
Maria,
Anna from
95
Russia, her
kilograms.
equipped bench is bigger than 167 and a
Oh,
half.
I see.
She's hit a 170 last
Ooh,
year.
wow. Okay, she gets a fair bit out of the shirt then.
Yeah, that's quite a good percentage out of a shirt. Maria Frank from Canada, 95 kilograms.
Could be an upset here, Gary. I'm just a
we
bit
could
concerned
see,
about what I saw there, and I'm
We
thinking,
could see a change here. Maria Frank, 95 kilograms, and when this round is over, don't disappear because the 72 kilo women will be straight on that platform with even more excitement.
very, very competitive
Oh,
weight
yeah, it's going
class
to be a very
72s.
tough one. We've seen some tough classes this week, even today. Takes that breath, tightens up.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful! And she knew she had that.
Good lift.
Yeah, you could see her
Brilliant.
body expression changed halfway through. She knew she had it.
Yeah, she started nodding. I've got this.
95 kilograms, bar is loaded.
Ksenia from the Ukraine now, 95 on the bar.
Just a little jump for her. Her feeling is this is all she's got in her.
95 kilograms.
See those feet splayed wide out like that. Helps to keep the butt on
Good
the
lift.
bench.
And she put in some work for that one, but she gets it on the board.
Really happy with that,
Norway,
wasn't she?
100 kilograms.
Saniva
Bars loaded.
Nordsock from Norway now. Looking for the 100. She missed this on her second. So hopefully she's sorted out those little issues. And she can find a groove again on this one.
Oh,
Just a little too much for her.
same problem.
And it looks like she's got a little bit of pain across the shoulder there. Just didn't want to risk it.
Rosenberg.
Elise
Norway,
Rosenberg from Norway now,
107.5
107.5.
Yeah, you noticed the shoulder. Some part of her absolutely wasn't going to
Yeah,
lift that.
she just looked a little bit slow when she let
Bar is
go of the
loaded.
bar.
Rosenberg.
107.5 on the bar.
She's wearing the belt. Not a lot of classic lifters wear a belt.
Yeah, look, it's one of those very personal
Yeah.
sort of things.
Oh,
And it's just a little bit too much.
No lifts.
Yeah, I think some lifters find
Next.
that it gives them a
Elizabeth
tactile
Japan,
point to bear
170
into.
Yeah, I mean, I wear a belt on my
Bars
bench.
loaded.
I like to be able to push into that
Yeah,
belt
push
on a bench.
into it. Yeah.
But that's the way I set up, and that's how I get my tightness.
Yep.
Whereas other lifters, and it can also be quite constrictive.
Yes.
And you'll see some
okay.
lifters come out, and a lot of the viewers at home would have noticed that some lifters on the bench have a very narrow belt, which is designed,
Yeah.
as you know, for
Yeah.
bench, to allow you to still get into that arch position.
Well, the IPF belt is allowed to be 10 centimetres wide, and it's actually quite wide on some people's torso.
Yeah, I mean, especially some of the
Smaller-
small weight class
Smaller
women,
torso.
and it's quite a big belt. Aya Yamashita from Japan, 107.5. You can see these third lifts, these ladies are pushing themselves to the max.
Oh,
And again, pushing
No
themselves to
lift.
the absolute limit.
and this is what you see in classic lifting, is the lift will stall
Agnieszka.
right on the
Poland,
chest. They
100
won't even get it
That's
off
right.
the chest. Whereas with the shirt, you'll often be able to get a
Bars
little bit of
loaded.
height off there,
And
but
then
then
you
you
get the
can't.
stall.
Yeah.
Agnieszka from Poland, 110 kilograms. So this lift could shoot her up temporarily in the third
Absolutely.
position.
Oh no.
And again, just reaching
No
their
lift.
limits early. Just pushing
Next.
themselves to the absolute
Tunkari
edge.
Annette, Finland, 112.5
So
kilograms.
let's see.
Annette Tunkari,
Bars
112.5.
loaded.
Tunkari can get the 112.5 that Kim missed.
Yeah, so that'll roll her up into
Exactly.
third position.
But there's a lot of misses here in the final attempts as the women, I should say, push themselves extremely hard to get every last kilo on the board.
Getting up as high as she can onto those shoulders so that all the power, all the forces go into the bench.
112.5, I don't
And
think
it's
so.
a little bit much for her. Not
No
today.
Next,
Interesting.
Servina Anastasia,
Anastasia
112.5
Servina from
kilograms.
Kazakhstan now. Will do
Anastasia
112.5.
is lighter than Kim. They're both sitting on 107.5, so that's why Anastasia is ahead of Kim in the list.
Bars loaded.
So let's see if she can be the one to get into the bronze medal position with the 112.5 out of those two.
In Kazakhstan, the Kazakhstani team have been just outstanding this week.
Oh,
They've sent quite a big team of lifters as well.
yeah, I had no idea they had so many wonderful bench
Yeah,
presses.
fantastic. They're taking away a lot of medals. She's finding it difficult to get her feet into position, but she manages it. She doesn't look comfortable. Yeah,
No.
and she's not comfortable. You can
That
see it
is
swished on the way down.
Decidedly uncomfortable.
Yeah, she wasn't
Next,
comfortable
Tracy
setting up. She
Yeah.
wasn't comfortable when they
Australia,
called the start command.
112.5 kilograms.
So Kimmy Stevenson
Bars
holds
loaded.
on for a chance here. She needs to put the 112.5 on there. She's fired up.
This is her for the bronze
No
medal.
more changes to
Come on,
second
Kim.
flight.
If she can put this one on the board, that will be a bronze medal. She is going to have to give it everything she has.
I know she's got this in her. Just needs to take her time, get nice and tight there, and not move. No, no.
Just
No.
too much. She just
No
couldn't get the
left.
power off the chest. So she will have to settle
Thompson,
for
Jennifer,
fifth position.
USA, 140 kilograms.
So interestingly,
Yep.
Anna from Russia has changed her final lift
Oh, she's got
to 142 and a half. And she is going to make
Which makes Jen lift
Jen
first.
lift first.
And then she can change again. Gee, look at Jen's expression. She is
So-
absolutely filthy
And
that
it's,
she
Bars
is
loaded.
that.
quite a smart move from the Russian because she knows she has the 130.
Yep.
So if Jen was to miss. She already has the gold. Firing up the crowd.
So this is to get back into first place. Or if it's a miss, it's a silver.
She's had a busy year already. She competed at the Arnold Sports Festival in March this year.
She was in the crowd watching her son lifting earlier in the week. Tucker Thompson. Beautiful bench presser. Jen, this is it.
better.
She's got it.
And she gets that one to the top.
Good lift.
She has forced
Next.
Anna to lift the 142 and a half.
Anna, Russia,
The crowd has just gone
142.5
crazy
kilograms.
here.
I had to not speak, so I didn't yell.
So she's forced Anna to lift the 142 and a half. And they weighed in at exactly the same 62.4.
And that's Jen. That's Jennifer Thompson at her
Bars
best.
loaded.
This is a very, very big lift for Anna.
Now,
well
Anna.
above what she's done before, but
Oh.
if anyone can do it, she is an extremely, extremely talented lifter.
Absolutely. And I love that she is bringing this competition here.
She is going to make sure that Jen has to work for everything. Oh, she got it off the chest. And
No
it
lift.
just couldn't follow through, but she'll take the silver medal home. And she can walk home knowing that she made Jen Thompson work for every bit of it.
Zoe,
Put the pressure
Great
on.
Britain,
And that's what great athletes
77.5
want. They
kilograms.
want competition. They want
They
to
want to
be
be
pushed.
challenged.
They want to feel this thrill of living right on that
Bars
edge.
loaded.
And a great finish to the 63. So we're moving straight into the 72s now. Zoe Clark from Great Britain was 77 and a half. And
So-
this is the top three are going to be very, very tightly contested in this session.
So 10 lifters here in the under 72 kilo class.
The world record here is 144.
Okay. You think we'll
World
see a
junior
challenge to
record
the record? Or?
122.
Oh, go Zoe.
I'd certainly like to see it.
Good
Zoe,
work.
Zoe didn't muck around with that one.
Wow.
Next.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Cameron, Natalie.
No messing
Great
around.
Britain, 82.5
So, Natalie
kilograms.
Cameron, Great Britain.
Bars loaded.
Natalie. 82.5 for her opener. Wonder if Mark Giles is out there coaching them.
Oh, Mark could be out the back there somewhere
Yes.
for sure.
That's why he's not in this seat.
That's why we
He's
can't see
out
him around
there.
here. And Torinen from Finland is the junior lifter in here.
Wow,
Yeah, didn't
she's
muck around with
strong.
that. Yeah, I think
Good
there's
lift.
a very good probability we'll see a couple of world record attempts. I have a feeling that
Angela,
Torinen from Finland is going to take
85
a
kilograms.
crack at the junior record.
Bars
Okay.
loaded.
Angela Welch from Canada, 85 kilograms. And I have a feeling Khan from Kazakhstan just might be wanting to tip the open record as well.
Competing only 2 years, and here she is.
World Championships.
What a wonderful element to add to your life, to have a sport which you get to go away and go to Worlds.
Yeah, we have to admit we're very privileged to be sitting here in front row seats at world events.
Welch.
A little bit wobbly on the way up.
Oh,
Wasn't really an issue with
No.
weight, she just sort of missed time.
and that
So she gets
left
the two
hand.
white lights.
Up.
So,
Frederica,
Chrissy, if you just want to, might want to explain
95
that. So the bar
kilograms.
came up pretty unevenly, it touched the rack, but she's still got a
Bars
good lift.
loaded.
Oh yeah, it's okay. It can touch the rack as long as there's no assistance given by the rack or the touching of that. But I was just really quite more concerned that that left arm was noticeably more unstable
Yeah,
than her right
it
arm.
was very
It was-
slow and out of control.
And out of control. And I just wonder what that was all about. But, you know, it's a funny thing. Sometimes when you see them put more weight on, that problem disappears.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Frederick Hope from Germany 95 and nails that. Yeah, and especially too with this weight class in bench and the female upper body strength. If that bar starts to wander in one direction, it's very difficult for them to pull it back, and it tends to get a little bit out of control there.
Yeah.
Stein from Norway, 100 kilograms.
Of course, the Norwegians are ferocious competitors in full powerlifting and bench press. They bring a certain spirit and attitude. Look at this. Look at that deep touch, very low on the tummy.
Been working on that one for quite a
Some
while.
lifters just love to have that room, the touch down low, so that they've got plenty of room to drive backwards. Just suits their mechanics.
And here is a name we're all familiar with, Vilma Olsen.
Vilma.
20 years of age.
She hitches up her suit. Looks a little bit big.
Just going for the relaxed look.
Yeah. Gosh, the Swedish lifters are just... Centre ref says, get that hand over
They
there.
are really, really cracking down on
They
that.
are cracking down, and rightly so.
And, you know, look, the thing is too, athletes go back out the back, they will talk to each other, so they're not coming out here with anything unexpected.
No. And these are the rules that
They are the rules.
are clearly there and are articulated during national championships, hopefully.
And we
And
have all these rules in place for a number of reasons. One, obviously, gripping the bar properly is for safety. And two, to make sure that every single athlete is competing on an even playing field.
that's it in a nutshell. Perfectly said.
Rory Alter from the US of A, 112.5.
This is a number that stumped quite a few of our athletes in the previous weight class. Let's see how Alter handles it. She's got it. Oh, no problem.
No problem whatsoever.
Good lift. Next,
Susanna Torrinen from Finland, 21 years of age. Now,
Bars loaded.
she has lifted a 133 before, so I'm quite sure she's here for a record.
Yes, so 120 is a nice, you know, starting point for her to progress up and get a PB.
She is a junior
She only a
lifter
junior.
in the Opens. Yeah,
Wow.
21 years of age. And the junior record's 122.5.
Jeez, it came down quick,
Ooh,
Gary. I was
didn't
a
it?
bit
She sunk
worried
it
about
very,
that.
very deep.
I just,
She's going to need to have a lot more speed off the chest than that.
I just think it hit her chest a bit faster than
Probably a little
quite
faster than she
natural.
planned.
Yeah.
Annika Zalander from Sweden.
Oh, she's one of the pin-up girls for Uplift.
She is too. There
Yeah,
you go.
she is.
Fantastic.
And she's a fantastic ambassador for Uplift, and she uses that coaching platform.
So there's a number of IPF coaches that you can find on Uplift.
And one of the nicest people you'll meet.
122.5.
Oh, look at that.
Nails it.
Good lift.
Marvelous.
And now
Next,
looking for
Xenia, Kazakhstan,
Xenia Khan
137.5
from
kilograms.
Kazakhstan, 127.5.
Xenia
Bars loaded.
Khan. Wow. I mean, her name sounds fierce. No? Yes.
And I think she's hoping the bar thinks the same thing.
Yes.
127.5.
She totally dominates that picture.
So the open world record is 144.
Ah,
Is she planning
Oh.
on something?
what? Oh, wow. No.
We're getting a replacement. And the chief referee
Center ref
just
says-
telling her what the problem is.
She's not sure. Okay.
It may have
She's gonna
been.
try.
I think what might have happened there, actually, in her wrist wraps, her tags on her wrist wraps are underneath, and
Okay.
they are not allowed to touch the bar. I can just see it on the right-hand side from here.
She made it with 2 seconds. There we
Oh,
go.
she gets a lift
And I think she
in.
got the lift.
She did.
Now, basically, Gary,
Pressure.
if she can get that lift under that situation,
Under that sort of pressure,
she
she's
needs to
got
be
plenty more in the
confident that
tank.
she can get anything.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That was very, very professionally done.
And this is a thing in any sport at high-level competition. There's no whinging about the conditions not being optimal.
No, that's right. And the conditions are the same for every
Exactly.
single athlete.
You've got to toughen up and be able to adapt to suboptimal conditions for yourself. Language barriers,
Yep, these things
atmosphere differences, timing differences, whatever
Time
it is.
zones, food,
Exactly.
everything.
And
Zoe Clark, Great Britain.
I think it helps during training to get out of your comfort zone and don't settle into just the perfect conditions for yourself, because it's not going to be like that at Worlds.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. You know, it's going to be different. You need to train in different environments. You need to train with noise, no noise.
Excellent. She got right under that. That's a great technique she's got. And look, the coaches were so happy with that.
Welch, Angela, Canada,
got a
90
great-
kilograms.
Angela Welch.
Set up, and that is just maintainable for so long,
Bars
that
loaded.
setup and that technique, and it'll keep her safe and healthy. Because I think, you know, I'd like to ask you your opinion. Some of these setups, you know, surely anatomically may be hard to sustain over many years.
Yeah, look, and it really depends on your training as well. I mean, if your coaches are including mobility programs, ensuring there's stretching as part of it as well.
Okay, it can help.
Ensuring recovery.
Right.
Yeah, in that case, you've got plenty of longevity. But if you're not including those elements,
You could
and
wear
you're
out very.
consistently loading those positions, you know, consistently putting the trapezius under full load, the rotator cuffs under full load, then you're probably going to have problems. But ensuring your athletes are warming up properly, correct technique for the lift as well, so not overloading the
Yeah.
shoulder.
No, this was. I thought that Angela was a
No
little bit
lift.
unstable down at the bottom.
Yeah.
She's cranky
Next
about
lifter.
something.
Something went wrong, she's not happy.
Natalie, Great Britain, 90 kilograms.
Look, she was wobbling.
And the,
I'm just not
Bars
sure
loaded.
what it is, the problem.
Yeah, so the head coach is going to go and have a chat to the jury, but it's 3 red lights, so there's not a
But
whole lot
he may
that can
just
happen.
he may just be saying what the problem is.
So Natalie Cameron from Great Britain has 90 kilos on the bar.
The jury are listening to him, but they've also got to pay attention to this lift, and their eyes are on this lift while they're listening to him.
Oh, wow, she muscled through that one. She dropped it to the chest a bit too fast.
Next, up, Friedrich, Germany.
So I don't know what the
100
result
kilograms.
is, but he's
Hope
moved off.
from Germany, 100 kilos. Yeah, I couldn't quite hear
Bars
what we're
loaded.
talking about. We need to have ourselves a jury spy.
You know, just reading his body language, I'd say it didn't go terribly well. Frederica Hop,
100
Hop.
kilograms.
Hoppy, Hopper. There we go, Hopper, Hopper. 100. Oh,
There's
glorious
plenty more in that
strength.
tank. Plenty more
Good
room
lift.
to move there.
Next, Liberos,
Fine.
Sweden,
Liverod from
105
Norway,
kilograms.
105 kilograms.
That is actually beautiful bench pressing. Lovely to watch. She hasn't got extreme mechanical
She's just
setups.
got a tight system.
Yeah, a tight system. And she's just very, very strong.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of athletes. Sometimes they're worried that they can't, you know, get an enormous
this
arch.
set up and
I
this
keep
set
always
up.
trying to explain that it's not about how
You don't
high
have
you
to,
can get,
yeah.
it's about how tight you can get.
Right. Great touch. Oh,
Excellent work.
glorious.
I mean, certainly being able to get your chest a lot higher like that reduces the range of motion.
Next,
But the main key is you want that system
Sweden,
tight.
115 kilograms.
So this is important in watching all these different bodies and body shapes benching. You can see that you just don't have to do it or be able to do it the way other people
No, that's right. And I think,
everyone
I
does
think
it.
for new lifters, when they're watching this at home, you don't need to be copying their setups.
Correct.
You need to be taking on board all the different things. You need to be taking on board how tight they're getting, how
And
their bodies
try.
aren't moving,
You can try things, but
and
it's not the
find
only
what
way.
works for you.
Yeah.
Vilma Olsen, 115 kilograms.
Oh, it just looked like a
Yeah,
winner right
that
from the touch.
That looked better than her
Good
opener.
lift.
Yeah, it was.
Next,
Oh, she's up.
Alter, Rory.
Rory
USA,
Alter from the US of A now
117.5 kilograms. Bars
117.5.
loaded.
So at the end of the day, there's no substitute for a good training program.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. I mean, and you need to take that training program and follow it. Now, get yourself a good coach, follow their programming, do what they tell you to do, and just keep chipping away.
Oh,
Very
serious.
nice press, that one. 117.5 goes on the board for Rory Alter.
Good lift. Next,
Dana
Toronen,
Toronen.
Finland, 122.5 kilograms.
So this
Bars
is
loaded.
dead even with the world junior record, 122.5.
And this gets her into second place on body weight temporarily.
$122.5 kilograms.
Ooh, a
Sinks
lot
it
of
deep.
movement. Oh, brute force.
Wow.
Oh, that took the...
That
Good
took
lift.
a lot of energy, and
Next.
she's going to have to make some
Cylinder,
adjustments to that
Annika,
technique
Sweden,
for her next lift,
127.5
because that was
kilograms.
pretty much the end of her range.
I mean, there was so much movement in her body.
Bars loaded.
Yeah, so
That-
a lot of energy going everywhere else. Annika Zolander from Sweden, 127.5. And she's a fraction lighter than Khan too from Kazakhstan, so this will temporarily roll her up into the gold medal position.
She's definitely in the hunt for a medal. She has got Alter of USA breathing down her neck,
Yeah, she's not going to have it all her own way.
but she's hunting for gold. Oh, here she goes.
It was slow but smooth.
That was
Good
awesome.
Very white licer. She's excited about that one.
Zenia, Kazakhstan, 132.5
Kenya Khan from
kilograms.
Kazakhstan,
Bars loaded.
132.5.
This is to get back the first place position
Yeah, so that'll roll her back into the gold medal position.
that Zelander just took away. Oh,
Ooh, not the greatest lift off there. Hopefully that hasn't unsettled her. And it hasn't at all.
whoa.
Her lift's getting faster.
Good lift.
She's just warmed up now.
Next,
And I reckon she's going to go
Clark, Zoe, Great Britain,
144.5.
87.5 kilograms.
That was shocking.
That was super quick. Zoe
Bars
Clark, 87.5. And waiting to see what Zhenya Khan from Kazakhstan
Oh,
puts
go
in.
Zoe, look at this. 87.5, she stamps a foot.
It's a monstrous personal best for her.
This is just for Zoe. All hers.
And Zhenya Khan's playing it safe. She's put in 137.5.
Zoe, come now.
It's a little bit too much.
No
What a
left.
pity. Good to give it a try at Worlds, though.
Well, Angela,
Well, if there's
Canada,
any place
90
to try
kilograms.
something, it's Worlds, isn't it? This is where you want to give it everything.
Bars loaded.
Gary, I've got a question for you when you've got time to answer it. If you're a bench-only athlete, is there a lot of different exercises that you train for? Obviously, you do a lot of bench, but
Well, yeah, we certainly do a lot of
other
bench.
things?
We try and minimise accessory exercises to where is needed.
Okay, for
and
that
obviously
individual?
every
Right.
individual is going to be different.
Okay.
Angela Welch from Canada, 90 kilos. Yeah, every individual is going to be different. So we'll tend to do different bench variations as well. I have some of my athletes doing things like pin presses, block presses, pause presses, and to work on different areas.
Super easy. Sorry, Gary.
Absolutely nailed that one. She
Good
struggled on her second, but absolutely
Next,
nailed that. She had some
Cameron,
technical
Natalie,
problems on her
grade
second
rated
one,
92.5
but
kilograms.
nailed that.
Bars loaded.
I often say, if you want to get better at bench, do more bench.
Great. So when a lifter fails a lift, as in they can't press it, do you look as a coach for how they failed it to tell you what accessory
Yeah, certainly
exercises
we'll
they
look
might
at how
need?
we'll look at how they failed it and see if there's actually, if it was a technique breakdown or
A strength
it was a
area.
strength thing in a particular
Okay.
area. We'll certainly analyse that.
Natalie Cameron,
Very, very well done.
92.5.
Good lift.
Gets 3 out of 3, Gary.
Well, this is a much better
Friedrich,
looking board
Germany,
than the
105
last session
kilograms.
and the session before that today.
Frederica Hopper,
from
105.
Germany, 105. We all
Bars
just turned
loaded.
to Eric in the media team from Germany to get the pronunciation correct.
But this is a wonderful lift for her to get here because she goes over the 100. We talk about certain numbers that are
There
difficult.
are those magic numbers.
Yeah.
bench press is always that sort of 200
Yeah,
mark,
yeah.
and then there's the 300 mark.
100 when you're
Or 100 mark,
when you're a lady, maybe.
And and bench
It's
that
good to
100
go
mark.
over the 100.
Yeah, that bench is that 100 mark, isn't it?
Yes. Good recovery. Oh,
she bounced it a
Frederica.
little bit.
Oh.
She just
No
missed.
lift.
She missed time and hesitated.
Next, Iverwood, Steen, Norway.
I think if she walked out the back there now and loaded up 100 kilos, she'd get that lift.
Please wait. Please wait.
She makes her way round to shake the hands of all the
Fantastic to
referees.
see. Stein Liverod from
Iverwood,
Norway,
Steen,
110.
Norway, 110 kilograms. Bar is loaded. No, wait, bar is not loaded.
Just a little bit of loading confusion there, and chief referee right on the ball with that one. And the
Bar is
chief
loaded.
referees have been so on the ball with these loads and making sure they're all right. Steen gives herself a bit of a slap on the way out there.
Do you think that helps?
Yeah, some athletes respond to it and they like to be slapped on the back. I always hated being slapped on the back.
Oh, lovely.
Just too much.
Nothing.
In this case, the slap
No
on the face
lift.
didn't help.
Didn't help.
Next,
Yeah,
Olsen, Vilma,
there's lots
Steen,
of athletes
120
that
kilograms.
like the slap. It just fires their nervous system and their sensory system
Yep.
up a little bit. Other athletes can't stand it.
Bar is loaded.
Vilma Olsen, 120 kilograms. This will be a personal best lift for Vilma.
$120 kilos. This will shift her up into about 4th position temporarily.
120.
And more importantly, it shows that she's staying in touch with, oops.
Oh, just too much.
No lift. Next,
Might find
Walter,
herself
Rory,
in a little bit of-
USA,
in a little bit of strife on that
125
one.
kilograms.
She doesn't seem too disappointed with herself, though. She had a bit of a smile when she walked off.
Well, guess that's another thing that powerlifting teaches you is,
Bar is loaded.
you've got to roll with the punches
Yeah,
too.
I mean, you're not always,
You can't
everything
get
doesn't
too-
always go to
Yeah,
plan.
you can't get too precious about everything.
Rory Alter firing up the crowd from USA. Jen Thompson the sidelines cheering her on as well there.
Rory Alter is one of those athletes that appears to, thrive on adrenaline and that central nervous system
Yeah, you
activation.
see so many different, I mean, we see some of the lifters from Russia and Ukraine just casually walk out to the platform. And everyone's a little bit different.
Rory!
Oh, she certainly gave it everything she had,
No lift.
but just couldn't push it through the sticking point.
Next, Toronen Susanna, Finland, 125 kilograms.
Bars
Bars loaded.
for a world
Junior
junior
attempt.
record. 125. I had a feeling when she registered a 120 at the start, she'd be going for this world record. And a 122 and a half moved very, very slowly. I was expecting more of a 123 for a world record. But if she can control that descent a little bit better and stay tight,
Yes.
she can do it. She certainly has the power.
And she's got the aggression, but it's the control. Oh.
Yeah, she just sinks it in again.
No lift.
Wow.
I mean, the 122.5 was at
Zellender,
her absolute
Annika,
limit.
Sweden,
I expected a
132.5
123 for a world
kilograms.
record attempt. 125 was a big call, but she gave it a crack.
Yep.
And they'll go back and they'll look at that technique now and they'll
Bars
see
loaded.
where it's not working and change it to work for her. Annika Zellender from Sweden looking for 132 and a half. She has the silver medal locked up. So Toronen will take the bronze medal.
Coach
Annika
through
has
athlete.
this locked up.
Coach through uplift. She's a fine example of how that sort of system can work
Coach
for you.
through uplift, and here at the World Championship, securing a silver medal and temporarily in the gold.
Oh!
Just a bit too much,
No lift.
but she has that silver
Last,
medal.
Han,
And
Zenia,
you see
Kazakhstan,
Zenia
135
Khan
kilograms.
has dropped her final lift back to 135. She put the 137.5 in to
Bars
make
loaded.
sure she was the last lifter
Right.
and had the option. And she already has the gold medal secured. She doesn't
Exactly.
need
She is
anything
the
more
world
than
champion.
that.
Yep.
So she wants to put 3 on the board to finish.
She's quite a tall lifter, Gary.
And quite tall for this weight class.
For this weight class, that's what I mean, yes. And, it just goes to show that you can be a world champion without the physique that you
you're
classically
right. Lots
think.
of people talk
Yeah, they
about you're
talk
built
about,
for this, you're built for that.
That's rubbish.
And certainly, I mean, there are body types that work well, but you could train for any of this.
Nice touch. Oh!
Just a bit too
we're
much.
out
That
of-
was a very good call from the coach to
Yeah.
put it back to
No
135.
lift.
137 was clearly the limit. But she'll take home the gold medal and put on a fantastic performance. Zellender will take home the silver medal, and Toronen from Finland will take home the bronze medal. We have had just an absolutely outstanding session here today. Today has been just absolutely amazing.
Open weight class.
Thank you so much for joining us and
Thank you.
sharing so much
It's been a
knowledge from
pleasure.
powerlifting.
Thank you, Gary.
Don't go away. We'll have the merit medal ceremony very shortly, and not long after that, we'll be back for even more action.
platform for the medal ceremony. Beginning with the results for the women's 63 kilogram open category. In third place, Tunkari Annette, Finland, 110 kilograms. In second place, Bersevaya Anna, Russia, 130 kilograms. And in first place, Thompson Jennifer, USA, 140 kilograms. Please rise for the national anthem of the United States of America. And next, the results for the women's 72 kilogram open. In third place, Torinen Susanna, Finland, 122.5 kilograms. In second place, Zelander Annika, Sweden, 127.5 kilograms. And in first place, Han Zenia, Kazakhstan, 132.5 kilograms. Will you please rise for the national anthem of Kazakhstan? Thank you, lifters. You may now leave the platform. Let's have another round of applause for our lifters.